Your dog might be hurting right now, and you may not even realize it. Dogs are masters at hiding pain. It's something they've learned over thousands of years of evolution, a survival instinct to keep them looking strong in the eyes of their pack. But that same instinct can make it heartbreaking for us, because while they silently suffer, we assume everything is fine. You see them wag their tail, eat a bit, or nap in their usual spot, and you think they're okay. But what if those small changes you've noticed, the hesitation to climb the stairs, the quiet sigh before lying down, are actually your dog's way of saying, "I'm not feeling well"? In this video, we'll uncover the hidden language of pain in dogs, the subtle, often invisible signs that something might be wrong. Because dogs rarely cry out when they're hurting. Instead, they whisper it through their actions. As they're humans, it's our responsibility to learn how to listen. By the end of this, you'll know how to recognize those quiet cries for help, from changes in behavior and breathing to small physical cues that are easy to miss. These signs could mean the difference between early healing and prolonged suffering. Your dog depends on you to notice what they can't say. So let's begin. And make sure your best friend never has to suffer in silence again. Sometimes the first sign your dog is in pain isn't physical at all. It's hidden in their behavior. You might notice they're quieter than usual, spending more time alone, or avoiding the things they once loved. Maybe they no longer run to greet you at the door or seem uninterested in their favorite toy. Dogs can't tell you when something hurts, so they change how they act instead. That shift is often their only way to communicate that something feels wrong inside. Pain doesn't always make them cry or limp. Sometimes it makes them restless, anxious, or even unusually clingy. A normally confident dog might start hiding under the bed. A calm dog might begin pacing or whining softly for no reason. It's not bad behavior. It's distress. Their world feels different, and they're trying to adapt without showing weakness. You know your dog better than anyone. You know their energy, their habits, their normal. So when something feels off, trust that instinct. Dogs are creatures of routine. When they break it, it's rarely random. They might just be trying to tell you, something's not right, please notice. And the moment you pay attention to those quiet shifts, you're already taking the first step toward helping them heal. One of the clearest but most overlooked signs of pain in dogs is when their appetite changes. If your dog suddenly refuses food, eats much slower, or turns away from their favorite treat, it's often their body's way of saying something isn't right. Pain can make chewing, swallowing, or even the act of bending down to the bowl uncomfortable. For some dogs, it's not that they've lost interest in food. They've just learned that eating hurts. You might see them sniff the food, but walk away, or pick up a bite and drop it. This can happen with dental issues, stomach discomfort, or even joint pain that makes movement awkward. Because dogs can't explain where it hurts, these small mealtime changes are important clues. Sometimes the cause is simple: stress, a change in routine, but if your dog skips meals for more than a day or two, don't wait it out. Pain often hides behind silence, and every missed meal is their body's quiet signal asking for help. Listening early could mean catching something before it gets worse, and giving your dog comfort they can't ask for themselves. You've probably seen your dog pant after a walk or on a hot day. That's normal. But when panting happens for no clear reason, when the room is cool and your dog hasn't moved much, it could be a sign that something hurts. Pain causes stress inside the body, and one of the first ways that stress shows is through breathing. A dog in discomfort may breathe faster, shallower, or with more effort than usual. Sometimes their chest rises and falls quickly, or you can hear a faint whimper between breaths. This kind of panting is different from excitement or heat. It feels uneasy, almost forced. The tongue may stay inside the mouth, or the dog may pant even while lying still. Some even tremble slightly while breathing. These subtle signs can appear during rest, especially at night, when everything is quiet and their discomfort becomes harder to hide. Many owners assume it's nothing, that their dog is just tired or warm. But dogs don't fake calm breathing. When it changes, it's always for a reason. If your dog pants without cause, looks anxious, or breathes unevenly, it's time to look closer. That breathless moment could be their body quietly asking for relief. One of the most visible yet misunderstood signs of pain is how your dog moves or stops moving. When a dog is in pain, their body becomes their biggest messenger. They may hesitate before jumping on the couch, struggle with stairs, or walk slower than usual. Sometimes they limp only slightly or shift their weight to one side, hoping you won't notice. It's easy to think they're just getting older, but often what you're really seeing is discomfort they're trying to push through. Pain can hide in posture too. A dog with a sore back might arch slightly or keep their head lowered. Their tail might stay tucked, even if they're usually cheerful. If you look closely, you might see them trembling when standing up or circling before lying down, as if searching for a position that doesn't hurt. It's their quiet way of coping with something they can't explain. What makes this especially heartbreaking is that dogs will often keep following you, wagging their tails, pretending they're okay, because loyalty matters more to them than comfort. They won't stop loving you, even when it hurts. If you start noticing stiffness, slower movements, or hesitation, don't dismiss it as age. Pain doesn't always cry out. It whispers through the way your dog walks, sits, or stands. Early attention, even just a vet check or a gentle massage, can make all the difference. Because behind every small limp or pause, there's a loyal friend trying their best not to let you worry. Dogs have an instinctive way of soothing pain. They lick it. When you notice your dog repeatedly licking or chewing the same area, it's rarely just a habit. It's a coping mechanism. Their bodies produce small bursts of endorphins when they lick, temporarily easing the discomfort. But that relief doesn't last, and soon they're back at it again, sometimes until the skin turns red or the fur wears thin. You might think they're just bored or anxious, but constant attention to one spot, like a paw, joint, or side of the body, can mean inflammation, infection, or deeper pain beneath the surface. Some dogs even lick the air or blankets as a displacement behavior when the real source of pain is internal, like their hips or abdomen. When you see this, look closer. Gently touch the area and notice if they flinch, pull away, or tense up. Those reactions tell you far more than words ever could. A dog who trusts you will try to hide their pain, but their body can't lie. That constant licking is their quiet plea for comfort, a soft whisper saying, "It hurts here." Every dog has their own voice, and when that voice changes, it's worth paying attention. Some dogs cry, whine, or whimper when they're in pain, especially when they move or you touch a tender spot. Others, though, go completely silent. They retreat into themselves, holding it in because showing pain feels unnatural to them. In the wild, weakness could attract danger, so dogs have learned to suffer quietly, even when it hurts deeply. If your dog starts making unusual sounds, soft groans when they lie down, a low growl when you pick them up, or a sharp yelp when touched, Those sounds are more than noise. They're small cries for help, hidden between breaths and gestures. And if your normally vocal dog becomes quiet and withdrawn, that silence is just as loud. It's easy to overlook these changes, especially if they're subtle, but dogs who trust you will still try to hide pain. It's part of who they are. They don't want to worry you, they just want to stay close. Listening closely means hearing what others might miss. When you tune in to the faintest whimper or notice the quiet that replaces it, you're giving your dog what they need most: understanding. Nighttime often reveals what daylight hides. When your dog can't settle, keeps changing positions, or sighs heavily before lying down, it could mean they're uncomfortable. Pain makes it hard to rest. They shift, circle, or get up again because no position feels right. You might hear their paws moving on the floor late at night, or notice them pacing from one spot to another. It's not just restlessness, it's their body searching for relief. Sometimes they'll fall asleep for a few minutes and then wake up suddenly, panting or licking at a sore area. They may avoid sleeping on one side or keep moving closer to you, as if your presence helps them feel safer through the discomfort. You might think they're anxious, but physical pain often hides behind that behavior. A peaceful sleeper is usually a healthy one, so when your dog can't find peace at night, it's a sign worth noticing. Try to remember how long it's been happening, what positions they avoid, or whether it's worse after certain activities. Keeping track of these small details can help your vet pinpoint the source faster. Sometimes, the most restless nights are your dog's quietest cry for help. Now that you know these 7 hidden signs, you'll start to see your dog in a new light. The way they move, eat, breathe, or even stay quiet all carry meaning. Pain isn't always loud or dramatic. Most of the time, it's a whisper, and your dog trusts you enough to hide it. But when you notice those whispers, the hesitation to jump, the restless pacing, the quiet sigh, you become their voice. Dogs love us with every part of themselves, even when it hurts. They'll still wag their tail, still follow you around, still pretend everything's fine, because they don't want to let you down. That's what makes it so important for us to look closer, to see the truth behind their silence. If you notice even one of these signs, don't ignore it. It's not overprotectiveness, it's love in action. A vet visit, a gentle touch, or a bit of rest can make all the difference. Your dog would never let you see their pain if they could help it, but they count on you to notice. So listen to what they can't say. Watch with empathy, act with care, and remember, sometimes the smallest change in your dog's world is the biggest way they're asking for your help.